Hello, AP Scholars. We're taking a look at the answers for a free response question, practice number 2. So in this set, we have 2 new questions, and we'll start with question 1 in this video, and in the second video, we'll do question 2. So in question 1, we're looking at this vocab class. And the vocab class basically has some kind of array of strings called the vocab, and it's got some methods, and we'll be using them. So find word we'll be using to write this count not in vocab, and then the not in vocab method for part B, we'll be using both find word and count not in vocab to receive full marks. If we don't use them, then we get in trouble and lose some marks, just by definition of the question. Just a reminder, these questions are actually coming from the College Board, so they are pretty good indicators of the kind of things you'll see on the AP exam. And notice that they are asking a lot of questions about stuff in classes and with data structures. That's going to be, I think, the heart of this upcoming test. So here we go. We'll take a look at the first question. We'll be taking a look at part A, and we're going to be making the count not in vocab. So it's going to take a string array as a parameter, and it's going to check to see all the words that are not part B, oh dear, are not in the vocab, which is an instance variable in the class in which this method lives. Okay, so I guess first of all, maybe I'll just split screen this, and oh, that's so tiny, but it's okay. we'll persevere. We'll take a look at what the method is, and you definitely want to make sure you don't blow this when you type it out. Count not in vocab. It takes that string parameter. I think I got it from here. Word. Oh, actually, what was it? Word array. Awesome. Yeah, let's get that bigger. Okay, so word array. So the idea is that we need to look, loop through word array and check each, so if it's in the vocab. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired all of a sudden. My apologies. So I'm going to just make a for loop for that. And actually, I'll probably do a enhanced for loop or a for each loop. So for each string, we'll call it word in the word array. What we'll do is we will check to see if that word is in the vocab, and if it is, we'll add to some sort of counter variable. I'll call it sum. At the end, we'll return sum, and it should be good. So remember, we're counting the ones that are not in vocab, so I will use the method that's built in for that purpose. It's called find word. And you just send it a string, and it returns true or false to say if it's in the vocab or not. So I will take my word, and I will say, find word? Sorry, find word, yeah. Find word, word. And I want to check to see if that returns true. So I'll say if find word, word. You could say equals true if you want to, but it's not necessary because it returns true, then it evaluates the if statement too. Oops, did I put inf? I meant to say if. So if it finds the word, then we're not too interested in what it does. If it finds the word, we actually don't want to do anything. So I'll say not if find word. So the exclamation mark will make that the that. Or you could have said if it equals false. I guess that would have worked as well. But you know, it's a little easier to do exclamation mark on your typing. So if that's the case, we'll sum plus plus. Alright, there you go. There's my for each loop. If you're not down with the for each loop or the enhanced for loop, then no problem. We could have easily made this a standard type of for loop. We could have had our counter variable, well, I is less than word array dot length and I plus plus. And then it would have had to be word array sub I. So this would have been the same thing, but using a standard for loop instead of the for each loop. Okay, there you go. I'll leave it the way it was because that's a little bit cleaner, and we got to learn the for each loops anyways, so I think that'll be good. So this is question 1, part A. And we'll do question 1, part B next. So in question 1, part B, we are looking at a question here that is going to be going a little bit further. Am I boring myself or what? Sorry. It's going to be taking a look at the vocab and its word array, and it's going to return all the words that are not in there. And in order to get full credit, it has to use both find word and count not in vocab. So let's get to it. So it looks like this method is going to be public, as it'll be returning a string array, and it's going to be receiving a string array as a parameter. It's called not in vocab. So here's what that'll look like. Okay. And I guess it's going to be kind of similar because it has to use the same kind of structure here. First of all, it's returning a string array, so we better find out how big it should be and all that kind of stuff to make it. So I'll make that string array. I'll call it answer. It'll be a new string array, and normally this is where you would put the size of the array. So that's where we're going to use count not in vocab. So we can find out how big it's going to be by calling it. So I'll call count not in vocab word array. So that'll make it the correct size. And then we need to, I guess, loop through and find the particular words that should be in there. Might we use the enhanced for loop again? I think we could, although we will have to make some kind of variable to keep track of the index where we're going to add an answer. So I think that will be fine. So I'll use the for each, and this is a nice thing about using software to write these. I can copy and paste. So I will make it won't be about adding to a sum. Instead, I'll have some kind of an int that'll be the index for my answer. So what should I call that? I guess I is fine. And I'm going to go through every word in word array, and if it's not found in the vocab, then I will say answer sub I equals word, and then I will say I++. And that should get us to the end with filling it up with the right thing, so that at the end I can just return answer. There we go. Ooh. I'll just compact that a little bit, and that's going to be my answer for question 1, part B. So I guess I should go. Oh, that's not a brace either. There we go. Apparently, I'm very tired with all this yawning and stuff. I should go take a nap. But I'm going to instead save this, and then I'm going to come back in another video for question number 2. Okay, thanks everybody.